Welcome back to Pop Goes the Kernel, where we dive into today's latest in pop culture, music, television, and movies.
I'm Libby Heckert.
I'm Marissa Armstrong.
I'm Gabriella Mercedes.
And I'm Lauren Smiley. Let's get popping.
So today's episode will include SNL, thoughts on Fight Night, Miss Universe, new music, and everything and more.
Hey, take a picture. Hey, take a picture. Everybody wants to share it with you.
The opinions expressed on this podcast are the speaker's own and don't uphold the opinions expressed by the Kentucky Kernel.
Okay, we touched on her last week. We talked Grammys, but now we're going to talk Christmas. Beyonce will be performing during the NFL's Christmas game day. The Houston Texans are going to play the Baltimore Ravens on December 25th, and she's the halftime show. It's going to be Netflix's first time live streaming an NFL Christmas game day. The performance is going to be held in Houston, Beyonce's hometown, very fitting, and will be her first live performance of the songs off her Cowboy Carter album. We talked about all of her success in the music industry last week, but I do just want to highlight that she performed in Super Bowl 47 and was on in Super Bowl 50. So she's like a pro at performing in general, but also for the NFL.
For football, which is so odd considering she is Beyonce.
I mean, I'm excited for the game. Definitely not a Ravens fan, but I'm excited for the game. But Beyonce being a part of it makes it 10 times better, especially Christmas. Like, that's fun.
So watch the game for Beyonce only, clearly.
With the idea of Christmas, do we think she's going to, like, throw some Christmas songs in there? Do we think she's going to have some special guests? Like, is she going to perform by herself? What are we thinking?
I'm going to be so for real on this when I say I really hope it's not like a country Christmas song. No offense to her, but I'm not a huge fan of the Cowboy Carter album, like I've said before. So I'm kind of hoping it's maybe some throwbacks because it's not often that someone performs like for the NFL twice. And I mean, Beyonce, that's like one thing, but honestly, praying it's not like a country Christmas song for this one.
I hope we get some like traditional Christmas songs, but Beyonce-ified because she's such a powerhouse. So I think she could do like some really cool stuff with with traditional Christmas songs.
No, she has a powerful voice. It is powerful.
Last week, we talked a lot about Sabrina Carpenter. I just wanted to highlight her for a minute because her Christmas special on Netflix is supposed to be releasing kind of soon. I don't want to focus on Christmas too much because I know we're going to dive deeper into it in the next coming episodes. But she is going to have all different performers in this special, like Chappell Roan, Tyla, lots of different people, and it will be released December 6th at 6 p.m. I know I'm super excited for it. I mean, her voice is awesome, so I think it would be really cool for Christmas. She already has a Christmas album called Fruitcake. I think it's been out for a while.
What an interesting name for a Christmas album.
It is.
It's so good, though. It's one of my favorite Christmas albums to this day. It came out last year, and I listened to it honestly, not even just during Christmas because it's so good.
So is she giving Justin Bieber a run for his money? Like, I've never heard the album.
Oh my gosh.
That's a hot take. That is a hot take.
Very much a hot take. Justin Bieber and some of his I see the resemblance with them. They're kind of similar, but Sabrina's definitely maybe she tops him. I don't know.
No way.
I don't know. I mean, young Justin Bieber, I don't think anybody
Justin Bieber, Christmas, like Mistletoe, Drummer Boy.
Oh, yes. But yeah, I'm excited for all the Christmas vibes, all of it coming in the next season, especially the music. But the king himself of Christmas music, Michael Bublé, released a new song with Carly Pearce, and it's called Maybe This Christmas. It's low-key fire. I love Michael Bublé. He reminds me of, like, my mom during Christmas time. I don't know, guys, but it's good. Everyone should go listen to it. And I'm going to jump off of Christmas because, again, we're going to talk about it later.
Definitely excited. Yes!
It's going to be so much fun. But last episode, we didn't talk a lot about the new releases. We kind of focused more on the Grammys. But Tyler, the Creator, released a new album a few weeks ago. This is his first album in 3 years. I'm a big Tyler, the Creator fan. It's just been I don't know, an album, a person I've listened to forever. And the album includes 14 songs featuring Sexy Red, Lil Wayne, Glorilla, and many others.
Okay, this might be a dumb question. The song Sticky,
Yes.
is that him?
Yes, that is him.
Okay, is that the new album?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's like the only song, but I've heard of Tyler the Creator like for what feels like my whole life at this point. So maybe it's time I like give him a listen.
I feel like his music is very like a niche thing. Like I feel like you either love it or you just don't listen to it. But my favorite again is Sticky. You mentioned it. It's fire. It's so good. Like it is the beat and just the 3 rappers that are on it are just it's awesome. And then the first song Saint Chroma is really good. It's like a good intro to the whole album. It's like your basic Tyler the Creator upbeat high energy song, and then the 12th song, Like Him, is, again, just an iconic Tyler song. It's super chill, and it's really nice. I mean, I really like the album. I would say it's not as good as past albums, maybe just because the past ones have, like, sentimental value to me because I was younger, but, yeah.
Oh, no, definitely. I remember listening to some of his songs when I was younger, and I thought they were so good. I didn't even know it was Tyler the Creator when I was little, and now I'm all grown up, and it's crazy.
He's definitely someone that I want to get into more. I don't really listen to too much of his music, but I know some of his songs, like Are We Still Friends? That song
Yes,
always
fire.
hits. So I definitely think I will be giving this album a listen shortly.
Yeah, it's definitely, again, like I said, kind of a niche thing. I don't know. It's like people either love it or not hate it, but they just don't listen.
It's not like their
Yeah,
it's not their vibe.
It's not like pop music. It's not like Sabrina Carpenter like we talked about before. But another little pop girly, Tate McRae. She's awesome. She announced a new album. It's called So Close to What, and it's coming out at the end of February. And she also announced a tour for it.
I think she would be such a good concert. Like,
Oh my gosh. I was a Tate McRae fan when she was posting on YouTube her songs. Like, I'm not even joking. I used to,
you're dedicated.
like, long time ago, because she was a competitive dancer before.
So you think you can dance, kids?
Yes.
Been following her since
Yes.
then. Same page. Yes.
Yeah, she was a competitive dancer.
I didn't dance.
So,
I didn't either, but growing up, like, around competition dance, I'm still around it, but, like, I saw her at the Youth American Grand Prix, like, that was
yeah.
impressive, because she won it, and she
Yeah.
also won Best Female Dancer. I can't remember what year, but she went up against Maddie Ziegler from Dance Moms.
Yeah, she's
and-
awesome. I knew her before then just because of her stage presence is just insane. And now that she can, I mean, she's always been able to sing, but now that she can incorporate both those things is awesome. But the album includes her new song, I'm Okay, and she has a new song coming out. No, it already came out. It's called Two Hands. But I would love to go see this concert. It's the Miss Possessive tour.
All of her songs give like it girl energy.
Yes.
Like you're in charge. Like yeah.
She is that girl. She is
Yes.
that
She's
girl.
such a performer. Like she's just she's a dancer, she's a singer, she's everything. She's that girl.
She
like you said.
is. She does everything. I've seen like some videos from her tour, and she's doing the dances with the background dancers like it's nobody's business. Okay, Tate McRae, get it? Like, okay, queen.
Speaking of Netflix, so circling back to the whole Beyonce thing, live streams. This past Friday, November 15th, influencer and boxer Jake Paul took on retired boxer Mike Tyson. As I'm sure everyone that's watching is aware, Paul ended up winning the fight with a unanimous decision, so I kind of want to focus more on the money and the celebrities that were present at the event. The event took place at AT&T Stadium, which is home of the Cowboys, America's team. Jake Paul is expected to make $40 million off of this fight.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I think he thrives off of being hated.
Yes.
Like, he makes a living. He lives by the motto of all press is good press. I don't know that I could do that, but it works for him.
I
him and his
definitely know I
brother.
couldn't.
Like, it's...
Well, ever since they had that fight, not a fight, but it was kind of like their rap battles. Like
Oh,
Paul
yes.
and Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And, oh
It's
my
every day,
gosh.
bro.
Yes, it's every day, bro.
They love a stunt.
They
He
do.
should have walked out to that song.
I said that before. I was like, if he comes out to It's Everyday, bro, The crowd's gonna go crazy.
I would have gone crazy.
The worst part was even back then, their merch and people, you had to have it if you were a low ganger or a
Guys, I
Jake
watched
Pauler.
Team 10 every night before I went to bed. I'm not joking. I will admit to that. In middle school, I was a daily vlog
I think the
watcher.
only thing I could do was do the whole, like, it's everyday bro. Like, if someone wants to go bar for bar, I might be able to hang.
Yes.
I can do that with the fall of Jake Paul, and that's only because I learned it recently because it's been stuck in my head. I heard it on a video the other day, and now I live by that. It's like in the back of my head. It lives in my head rent free.
See, you
this
know,
point.
where I know Jake Paul from is Bizarre Vark. And after the fight, I did see
Yes.
a video of him doing his line from the Bizarre Vark theme song. Someone asked him to do the, here we go.
That's what
and
it
he,
is.
And he did it. And I never thought he would do it again, go back to his Disney days, but here we are.
Wait, so he was on I always thought it was,
It was-
he was on it, and
It was
Logan would
Jake
be like
Paul.
a guest star
Yeah.
or something like that. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Transitioning into his
Sorry.
opponent, Mike Tyson is expected to make $20 million. Now, he's like almost 60 years old, fighting Jake Paul, who's 27. Are you going to get in the ring and do this again if you're him?
I just feel bad for him. I box, and I've always boxed my whole life, so like he was always like an icon to me. I mean, I think for a lot of people, even if you box or not. So like my heart just hurt watching him, and I knew he was doing it for money, like he said later after the fight. It's just like was sad. I literally turned it off because I felt bad for him, because I didn't want him to, you know, that like aura, I guess, that he has to change. I don't know.
I don't think it will ever change.
It better not.
I've seen
I
a
don't think
lot
it will.
of people say that was scripted. I'm not sure. I'm not very into that realm of like boxing, but him doing it mainly for the money, a lot of people say it was more for his family. I keep seeing a lot of videos. They are very much trending on TikTok right now. The videos saying at least he did it for his family, like he knew he was going to lose. Honestly, I thought it was sad, and I didn't even watch the fight, so.
I think it's respectable for him to get in there, and, you know, they were in front of such a big crowd. Everybody thought Jake Paul, well, not everybody. Some people were in there and kind of like, you know, I'm going to see Tyson beat him up, but I don't know. I think he did a pretty good job.
Shaquille O'Neal was voting for Mike Tyson.
I did see that.
He was.
That's actually a good transition. We're going to swing back in and talk about the celebrities that were present at this fight. Shaquille O'Neal being one of them. It's kind of one of these events that I just sat there staring at the TV like, what am I watching right now? Like, every single time they cut, I was like, oh my gosh, he's there. Oh my gosh, she's there. Like, who were your favorites from the night? Does anybody have any?
I personally loved seeing the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders perform. I just love the DCC. So.
Like, what a weird twist. I know it was at AT&T Stadium, but, like, they don't have anything to do with boxing.
Right.
So I thought that was weird. Jerry Jones was there, taking it all in. Rob Gronkowski was there with Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal makes Rob Gronkowski look little. And he's not.
Literally. And they were talking about, I was watching their interview, they were talking about how they're going to do a NBA against NFL fights. I'm like, that would be...
The people that would tune into that is crazy. Like,
Exactly.
everybody would watch
be awesome. That would be definitely something to watch.
Another quick thing to bring up would be Tori Kelly singing the national anthem. For me, I knew who Tori Kelly was when I was like in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I know her from is from the Sing soundtrack, like the movie Sing. And so I kind of thought it was ironic that she was like, she performs a song about Jesus in the movie Sing, and now she's doing the national anthem for a fight like this.
Yeah, I definitely like UFC fights and stuff like that. There's a lot of celebrities at, and I wasn't expecting there to be a lot of celebrities at this. I mean, I expected a lot of like press and like maybe celebrities talking about it on social media, because when most of these celebrities were younger, Mike Tyson was the thing. So that was definitely like a thing to see, because the UFC fights were happening the next day, I believe, or the next day or 2 days after, and there wasn't a lot going on, but there were definitely a lot of low-key random people there.
kind of getting off of the topic of fighting, let's talk some pageantry, ladies. So the 73rd Miss Universe pageant was just held in Mexico. So Nicaragua won in 2023. So Shaynis Palacios from Nicaragua crowned her successor, Denmark's Victoria Kaltivik. And that was a very interesting one for some people. I watched the entire thing. I thought she did great. I was honestly not looking for her as much until she maybe made the top 11. Normally you don't see Denmark go very far, which she made history for her country. And Nigeria, the first runner-up, also made history for her country for not only being the first representative from the country to place, but she got first runner-up. If you're going to do it, you may as well go out with a bang. I was so impressed with that. Definitely rooting for her since her country hasn't even placed. Nigeria has not placed before in Miss Universe. Denmark, this is the farthest they've been, I believe, before they've made it to the first round of semifinals, which is normally a top 20, top 30. This year it was a top 30. And she took it all home. Her final question was talking to the audience about what would you tell the people watching, and this beautiful answer about more so following your dreams, but even when things get hard, persevering. And she's standing up there like, I want to make history, and just standing up here, I'm doing that today, which that, to me, that's empowering. You are making history. And I just know our country's so proud of her. I know she's starting her tour. She's starting in America, so she will end up residing in, I believe, New York for the duration of her reign. That's normally where Miss Universe stays. But after being kind of judged on like interview, they have a private interview, and then the preliminaries are more so streamed. I don't know if anybody heard or saw anything about the preliminaries. Did we, ladies?
I'm going to be honest, Gabby. I don't know anything about this, but I'm loving hearing about it.
I used to tune in to Miss Universe and Miss USA all the time, like every year, which is so weird. You guys are probably like, what the heck? I would come home, I'm not even kidding, from my basketball practice in my ugly basketball shorts and like watch all these girls walk the stage. So I feel like I'm like, you're pulling like young Lauren out right now. I'm like so invested.
No, I don't even remember how I got started into this. I have not done a pageant a day in my life.
I was literally just going to ask you if you did.
No, I have always told my family it's on my bucket list. I'm going to do a pageant. I'm going to do it for fun.
As you
but
should.
I don't think I will ever compare to these Miss Universe
Hey, you never know.
ladies.
Maybe
never know.
Gabby Mercedes is the next Miss USA.
No, that would be incredible. if
I'll
I-
be rooting for you.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
We'll be in the crowd. We'll be in the crowd.
Absolutely. The crowd pleaser is an award, so. And the crowd was very loud, especially for Mexico. This was her hometown. She was second runner-up. Not what everyone was hoping for, but people were also shocked she made it in the top 3. I think it's very hit or miss with it. She was okay, in my opinion, as a candidate. I think her being from Mexico definitely played a role in it, but she was second runner-up. I can't complain. They had a good pick with Miss Denmark. She's also one of the first blonde women to win in a while, which I thought.
No, that kind of shocks me.
That is
Hey,
really
kudos
interesting.
to blonde girls.
Honestly, I'm
Libby's feeling
shocked.
representative.
I know, I am, guys.
I
Representative.
am shocked because typically, like, to your point, you would think the blondes do well in the pageants.
Because usually it's probably fake. Don't look at the roots, guys. Anyways,
It's okay. No, she's been blonde for a while as far as I'm concerned, so shout out to her. Blonde women unite. So after their preliminary competition, which is swimsuit, the private interview, and then evening gown, they'll go to the mainly like a semifinal, which basically they stand up on stage, they present their country's name with their arms out, and walk off stage, come back on, and they did the top 30. and Miss USA did not place.
That's
Is that T?
That is. We have not, we as in the U.S., America has placed almost every year. It's very rare that we don't at least make a top spot, but this year, 14 years of placing, and she broke the streak.
Uh-oh.
Our Miss USA is
Where's she from?
Michigan.
Oh, man. That's where I'm from, for those of you that don't know. Next time, we'll step it up.
So, Lauren, you're really not going to like this, but the last woman that didn't place was back in 2010,
Was she
and
from-
she was also from Michigan.
So I'm noticing a trend here, Lauren.
We got to step up our representation there in the mitten.
No, it's impressive. There's a couple more from Michigan that did place.
There we go.
There we go.
The most recent contestants from Michigan that went to Miss USA that won it and went on to Miss Universe did not place.
It's an uphill battle. We're gonna come back better than ever.
One day, it's coming. I was a little shocked she didn't place. A lot of people said she probably wasn't going to, but I mean, our Miss USA she serves in the armed forces. She's currently enrolled at Stanford, graduated from West Point. I saw a TikTok and she was wearing her West Point ring in a video for her interview, and to me that was so odd because
Pretty good representation for Michigan, if you ask me.
absolutely. But not only are you serving in the armed forces, going to Stanford, you're Miss USA.
That's wild.
It's insane. She did very well in the Miss USA competition. Wasn't everybody's ideal candidate, honestly, because normally when you think of a Miss USA, you think of someone who's a little more poised. So when you hear, oh, she served in the military, people kind of assume. I thought she was very elegant, very graceful. I think she's beautiful. Some people say she doesn't have the Miss Universe look, that she doesn't necessarily stand out. I think she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I absolutely love her.
I think it's really empowering, too, having someone like that represented in these competitions, because it's like, oh, yeah, she's a boss lady, and she's doing this. So, yeah.
Not only is she the first Miss USA to be an active military member, our Miss America, which is a different organization, is also an active military member. So to have them both representing the United States at the same time is wild to me. But kind of shifting back to the Miss Universe aspect, Miss USA's costume, national costume, was Uncle Sam.
Okay, I have a question. If you're like watching, let's say in Denmark, for example, do you know what Uncle Sam is?
Probably not. So another section of the preliminary contest is national costume. You're not necessarily judged on this whatsoever. So it's kind of a way for you to showcase something about your country. So Miss Universe 2022 is from USA. She's from Texas, and she did the first woman on the moon versus the first man. Big extravagant costume. Everybody loved it. I loved it. It was heavy, I could tell, but she pulled it off. Shoot, she won the whole competition. But it's more of a popular vote for that one. But we've had, somebody has done the Statue of Liberty. We've had a Golden Globe done.
I just don't know what else you, like, when I think about it, I'm like, what else do you do?
Right, where else
you know
would
what
she
I
go with
mean?
it? Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm thinking
because I feel like
too.
there's only, like was she gonna be, like, a bald eagle?
I
Like,
was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of, like, random. But then I'm like, but what are the other options? The first woman on the moon or whatever, that's a really cool take, I would say, like, especially on the whole costume. That's pretty cool.
No, I was not sure if anybody had done Uncle Sam before. I've seen previous costumes from USA, and that was definitely not one that I saw. There's a lot you can do with USA, so someone was bound to do Uncle Sam, but she did get a lot of lash back for it.
I like the fireworks on the back of it.
She went all out.
She went
with
all
it.
out. If you're gonna go all out, and she did it.
If you know what Uncle Sam is,
Oh.
you look at her costume. I remember watching it on the TV with my roommates, and I like slam my hands on the table. I'm like, oh my gosh, is that Uncle Sam? She dressed up as Uncle Sam? Never thought I would see that in pageantry, but she did pull it off. I'll give her that. Without the beard, even better. Kind of switching back to Miss Universe from Denmark, she got the newest crown, which is called the Light of Infinity. Beautiful gold. I'm a little iffy on it. We just had a new crown.
I feel like it's giving like Hunger Games vibes. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's not like a regular pageant crown, I would think. Like,
It really isn't.
it's like there's not a lot of diamonds and like different aspects. I don't know.
I would expect it to be like shinier.
Definitely what I was thinking when I saw it. I saw the video of them releasing it, and I was a little underwhelmed. I think it's still beautiful, but it's definitely a different take compared to the other Miss Universe crowns, because come on,
Now we can
they're-
see them.
Is it a hot take to say that it kind of looks like something I would find at like a Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
It looks a little
see that.
tacky. I
In the
was going to say
decoration
that.
section of Hobby Lobby, that's like the vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I think they were going for elegance and like maybe got decoration vibes.
Like maybe
instead.
like pearls instead of like the gold
right.
ball
The
things.
pearls would be really cute.
Yeah, I think that would be.
They had one with pearls, I want to say about 5 years back, the most gorgeous.
I bet.
Mhm.
So, but seeing this one, they normally do a new crown for every new era they're kind of in. I don't know what sparked this one. I know they're starting a new era. Well, there's definitely more to come, but
Like low key, I would want the one from 1952. Like, I'm like that one looks
Absolutely.
fire. Like I feel like royalty with that one. Are you kidding? That would be awesome.
It's giving England vibes.
Exactly. Like, come on.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of like the 2019 to 2021.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
That one, I saw the crowning of both of all three women who got it, and I was obsessed. So don't know
I
the-
think that one is like the era that I was watching. Like that crown looked familiar to me when I saw this when you first showed us. That's like my little Lauren watching. I remember seeing that.
The
one.
more the more diamonds, the better.
Mhm. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
one day I will have my princess time. Maybe as Miss Universe, but for now, Denmark is holding that princess life, and I'm a little jealous. Hey guys, came all this way. Had to explain the lore of Domingo.
Saturday Night Live is back. And with its recent popularity due to the Domingo sketch, many people are coming back to watch SNL again. It's hit its peak. This recent sketch starring Ariana Grande recently became one of the most viewed SNL sketches of all time, and it's based around a wedding where the bridesmaids sing a cover of Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, revealing that Matt's wife, Kelsey, was having an affair with a man named Domingo, played by Marcelo Hernandez, who joined the SNL cast in 2022. The sketch was all over TikTok, and soon everyone knew the words to the Domingo sketch. So how do you guys feel about Domingo as a character?
I love him.
I have to be
Absolutely love him.
honest. I was not to cut you off. I don't really know much about it. I have seen it on TikTok, and to your point, I do know the words when it comes up. Would I have ever made the connection that it was SNL related, though? Probably not, because people have taken so many different like routes with the trend. I don't
Is
know.
that a good thing, though, in your opinion, that it's being able to be separated from Saturday Night Live?
I think so. I think if you're SNL, you're really like, okay, period. Like, this is great.
I grew up on SNL slightly with my dad, and like the OG SNL cast, you just know, and I haven't really watched it a lot unless it's like there's a guest that I really like or something like that. But this came up on my TikTok, and it was literally my whole For You page, guys, and it was all stuck in my head for like a week, and I'm here for it, especially him going to the concert. Like, it was awesome.
That was so random. I didn't even know. I was honestly wondering if Sabrina Carpenter knew about I love when she would like perform at her concert, she'd perform Espresso, and people would be like, oh, she's performing Domingo's song.
Right. Well, this has become a saga. Domingo as a character, SNL did a part 2 of this sketch where this time it was centering Kelsey and Matt's baby shower, and it was revealed in a Hot to Go parody that Kelsey was not only having Matt's child, but also Domingo's.
Twins.
And then,
oh my gosh.
So people have mixed opinions on whether SNL repeating this skit too soon was like a good or a bad thing. Personally, I thought they were like making a parody of SNL, because that's the whole thing with Saturday Night Live is they make jokes on pop culture references, and Domingo has become so big that it has become pop culture. So I think them taking and doing a part 2 is them like being like, haha, we made our own bit, let's do it again, let's make fun of ourselves in a way. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Honestly, I thought the skit was good. The Hot to Go was definitely an acquired taste for who listened to it. There's not really I haven't really seen any bad feedback about it. They're like, might be a little too soon, but spelling Domingo instead of Hot to Go was beyond creative. I'll give them that.
I just know those SNL producers were so excited once they realized that Hot to Go and Domingo had the same letters so that they could spell it.
Well, I think it's always hard to make something again, like a second part of something, and it get as much like views and like, I don't know, interactions as the first one did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like we talked about before, Marcelo Hernandez, who plays Domingo, was at the Sabrina Carpenter show, and he portrayed this character of Domingo. And at every show, Sabrina Carpenter chooses one member of the crowd to give handcuffs to and arrest them for being too hot. And in this night, she chose Domingo, and it was really funny because he like did a little bit where he was singing his espresso cover, and the whole crowd went crazy. I thought it was such a fun moment. I loved seeing it. You can see it there. It was awesome.
I absolutely loved seeing that because she's talking and she's holding the handcuffs, and all of a sudden you hear, Sabrina, I'm here. And everybody goes wild because you know that voice. When you hear that voice, you know, oh my gosh, it's Domingo. He's here. That made me so excited. I watched the video what feels like 1,000 times just because you went to a Sabrina Carpenter. Domingo was at a Sabrina Carpenter concert.
He wasn't even on the screen yet, and he said those words, and people just knew it because they know his voice so well. Like, they couldn't see him, but they knew he was there, which is just so funny to me.
It's good press for her, too. Like, not only is it SNL, but it's, like, taking her shows to the next level.
100%. Do you think Saturday Night Live will do anything else with Domingo going forward, or do you think Domingo has hit his peak?
My hope is that they bring him back. I know that eventually people will start to get a little tired of it, so maybe take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I bet
and
they'll
then
take
bring
a
him
break
back.
and then have him come back. I like that he's getting some spotlight, you know what I mean? Because SNL, I feel like you're on it, but it's kind of hard to get your own things, and he's killing it. And I feel like it's opening doors for himself. Not only just Sabrina Carpenter on her tour, but for him.
He took an opportunity and ran with
Yes.
it.
Right. And I might just say he is my favorite SNL cast member. Marcel, he is so funny. He has so many other great sketches that I love watching. So I'm very excited to see what he does going forward.
His comedy career is definitely above and beyond. So I know that a ton of people have been very excited to go to his comedy shows, so I definitely think Domingo helped him with that because now they want to see him more, so definitely a fan.
We're back with another set of hot takes for this week. So, with Thanksgiving coming around the corner, I want to go around the table and discuss everyone's favorite food at the Thanksgiving dinner table. Go ahead, Marissa.
Personally, I love a sweet potato casserole with the little marshmallows on top, the pecans. Why did I say it like that? Pecans in it. I'm a pecan girl, not a pecan girl. Anyways, I love sweet potato casserole. Very good.
I love mashed potatoes. Guys, mashed potatoes, and all I eat for Thanksgiving is mashed potatoes, gravy, and rolls. That's all I eat. Because I'm not a big fan of all of the different dishes. I don't know what I am. I don't know, guys. I make the mashed potatoes for myself. Nobody else eats them, and I just eat the whole bowl. So that's my favorite.
Stuffing is my favorite. My grandma makes it homemade. It's like cut up bread. Like, do you guys have stuffing? Yeah.
I don't eat it, but we have it.
It's there, yeah. I don't eat it.
Okay,
there.
it's
Really?
literally
My
my
grandma makes it,
favorite.
too.
It's my favorite. It's just like bread, guys. Like it's
I'm
so
a picky
good.
eater, so I feel like it's always scared me, like, growing up.
Okay.
Like, I've just been too scared to try it. But maybe
This
this
year
year I'll
will
try
be
it
the
just for
year.
you. I'll send you a picture.
Thank you.
My favorite is, it has to be mac and cheese. I'm huge on
Mac
mac
and cheese at Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. I'm a vegetarian, so it's really hard for me to. My family doesn't do turkey, they do ham. I know it's a Christmas thing to do ham, but we normally do like ham, and then most of us are from the beach. We grew up at the beach, so we'll do like shrimp or something, but I don't eat any meat. I don't eat seafood. It's very interesting at Thanksgiving. I live off of mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and rolls at Thanksgiving, and then eat a protein bar afterwards.
I think mac and cheese is kind of a hot take at the Thanksgiving dinner table. So is ham, because I know it's a Christmas thing, but I don't love turkey. So we get turkey and ham. Like, we get both.
Well,
I can't stand turkey. Something about it. It's the texture. Even when I wasn't a vegetarian, I became a vegetarian like 4 years ago. Even then, never could do it. I wasn't a fan of the taste. Wasn't a fan of the texture. I feel like it's a little dry. I don't care who's making it. It's just not my vibe.
I agree.
I don't know how I feel about mac and cheese at Thanksgiving.
It's not a staple in the Heckert
It's-
household?
Yeah, it's not. My family, my mom and my grandma and everyone, they all grew up in Georgia, so my Thanksgiving's very southern, but mac and cheese is... I wish I had mac and cheese growing up, because when I was little, I didn't like anything on the table except for mashed potatoes, guys. Don't forget about the mashed potatoes, but... Honestly, I might have to incorporate that in Thanksgiving this year.
I'm a mac and cheese girl. Speaking of mac and cheese, have you seen the Thanksgiving mac and cheese drama with Teeny's mac and cheese recipe on TikTok?
Yes! That is insane to me.
That's like very niche, I think. That's very...
No, it's everywhere. Okay, Teeny, celebrity chef, she was on one of Gordon Ramsay's cooking shows, and she posted this recipe a couple years ago making her famous mac and cheese. Everyone on TikTok was like, oh my god, this is the best mac and cheese in the world, and it's coming every Thanksgiving. It comes back. This year, she posted her mac and cheese. Someone posted a video of them making the mac and cheese, and it was like brown and gross, and they were like, this recipe's awful, and everyone was like, you did it wrong. Teeny's getting married while this is happening. It's a whole thing. This is some niche
I'm gonna have to
TikTok
look at
drama. It's crazy. Look into it. Just thought of that. Definitely look into it.
John Krasinski, sexiest man alive. How do we feel? I'm a big Office girl.
So
always
am I.
have been. So, I mean, Jim from The Office. Anyways.
He kind of reminds me. I feel like you gotta do, like, if you know him just from The Office, which is the only place I know him from, you're, like, comparing him to Dwight Schrute, and therefore he is.
Exactly.
But, like, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. Can you win the award more than once? Well, the award, but can you be named sexiest man alive more than once?
I don't think you can. I've never seen it happen. I'm sure it's possible, but not so far yet.
I don't know. I never watched The Office, but I do know John Krasinski. I think he's attractive. I think he was a good pick. I don't know though.
I feel like there's other people that, like, people are more obsessed with. Like Glenn Powell, guys.
Yeah.
He
That
just
was
had
a
a
good
year with
one.
movies. Like, he could have been in the running. I don't know. I have no clue.
Was he not in the running?
But I don't know.
That was America's man for a while.
Exactly.
What I didn't realize though was there's like different categories for sexiest man alive, because there's like a music one, there's different categories, because I know there was big discourse between Harry Styles and Role Model, who's a singer, getting their category. Role Model Tucker, he was really campaigning for himself to win. It was really funny. He did not win against Harry Styles, unfortunately, but it was a big thing in his fan community.
Campaigning is funny to me for that award. I think that's really funny.
Campbell Puckett, also known as Pookie, and Jet had their baby. Her name is Paloma Campbell Puckett. What are our thoughts? How do we feel?
So two things for me. First of all, $1,000 onesie is what she
That's
was
crazy.
born in, like, take-home outfit. Her take-home outfit was $1,000. She's a day old.
Wait, and Jet got Pookie a Birkin for her push present. I did see that.
That was
awesome.
crazy. I did see that TikTok. He was like, one more thing before you give birth, here's this box full Birkin. She is opening on the hospital bed. She's opening her Birkin.
I would want that life. I mean,
Respect.
that sounds great.
For sure. Another cool thing about this birth was Campbell went to Ole Miss, Jet went to Georgia, and their daughter was born like within an hour of the two schools playing each other,
Aw.
which is
That's really cute.
Coincidence? I think not.
I know.
It's going to be interesting her growing up with two SEC households.
Hot take, do we like the name Paloma? I personally like it. I think it fits their rich vibe,
Yeah.
classy vibe. That's my hot take. I like the name Paloma.
It's very like southern, like low-key, like Miami vibe.
Old money vibes.
Yes, yes.
And I think that's what they were going for.
My hot take, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the name Paloma. It's nothing against the child herself. It's just like the name Paloma, like very old money, but she's also a baby. I feel like coming up with more like old money or different names is very common now, but also thinking like her growing up being 14 or 15 and having the name Paloma, I think it'll definitely be hard. I feel like it can go one of two ways. It's a pretty name, but I would not expect that for like a toddler. So I feel like it kind of falls in the category of different, interesting names, but not like in a bad way, of course.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Be sure to check out our website at kykernel.com.
And follow us on all social media platforms. That's X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify.
Thanks for listening to Pop Goes the Kernel. Happy Thanksgiving, and see you all next week.
Take a picture. Hey, 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 take a picture. Hey, 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 take a picture. Everybody wants to share it with